Hello everyone, Dette here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Big experiment. This is something I've been asked so many times, but my time is limited for videos and this is something that requires a lot of time. So please, if you enjoy the content, either grab some merch, buy one of the mixing courses, or support the channel with the super thanks. Today I'm gonna try to grab this mix of this awesome song called Locomotive. It's a rock track. I mixed this track hybrid, so plugins and, as you can see, quite some analog gear. I picked this track because it's not too high of a track count. There is some analog gear, but not too much. So I could at least try to swap all my analog gear with plugins and hear the differences between the two mixes. This is the same song that I break down in my new upcoming course, Mixing Rock, which is gonna be out soon after these videos. You can buy it at mixbystv.com. If you wanna see the entire mix breakdown, start to finish, all the settings, and of course, why I did the moves that I did. In the previous video, you've already heard the two mixes. One was analog, one was in the box. In this video, we are actually doing that. I'm gonna show you step by step what I'm doing to try to swap my analog gear with plugins and make it sound the same, better, worse, we'll see. I think the first thing that I should do is trying to replace my tubas, which is crazy. It's gonna be the hardest because it's the one that affects the most, and also because I set my tubas very early at the beginning of the mix, right after gain staging and stuff. So this is the mix without the tubas that we're playing right now. Okay. I'll start with the 542s. So right now I bypassed everything else and there are only the 542s, which I have the red transformers and the tape. Again, if you want to see the entire breakdown of this mix, you can buy the new Mixing Rock course. The bottom lift with the analog channel 2. So the 15 hertz set on the 542s is a bump around 50 hertz. So let's do this and let's pick which one. I guess it's probably gonna be something like this or something like this. So I'll start with USA A. Okay, I'm gonna bypass the red transformers because it gives me like this level. It feels like it's louder, but it's because of the harmonic content. So right now I only have the tape emulation, and let's try to see if we can emulate the low end. This is so hard. I feel like it doesn't translate to 50. I need to go higher because it feels like the bump is too low with this. So here's the problem that I have with this. The AC2 doesn't work because we are cutting. We are cutting and 542s do not cut like that. Like the bump can get similar, but it's not enough. So I think I'm just gonna have to try to use an EQ for this. I need a colored EQ. Let me try to use the Chandler curve bender. And let's see if we can get close to that low bump there. I can't. I knew this was a freaking mess. Let me try to use the smoke EQ from Acoustica. I'm gonna boost the level a little bit because the 542s also add saturation. Too loose, man. It's too loose at the bottom. I don't know why I opened this. I started with the absolute most difficult piece of hardware to emulate. So I'm gonna try tape, add a little bit of saturation there. I think this is probably the closest so far. It's not the same, but it is what it is. It doesn't have the roll off at the top, unfortunately, and the low end is looser compared to hardware. But there's only so much I can do. I think for now, this is the best we can do. Tape from Softube. We still miss, some things, but I also can use more than one plugin to try to emulate one of my machines. Now there's the bigger problem, which is the red transformers. And with the red transformers, I want to say I'm gonna try to use harmonics from Softube. Might get there. Let's bypass both. I can already tell I cannot do it with this. So the other option is to use Exciter Ozone and try to focus the saturation in the mid-range, which is where it is. I'm gonna try to use tape, but most likely I will have to switch to triode, but let's try. So without these two, let's go with the vocal there. Okay, I need to cut a little bit of top end because with the tape on, kind of the saturation is there and the low end is kind of there, but it's so bright, right? It's not. It's impossible. So let's try to level match, at least like perceived level, with the tape and ozone. I think this is the best I can do for this. So let's try 1.6 and let's go back. I think this is good enough. The problem is, as you can probably see, if you take a look at the level meter here, we don't have the softening of the transient, right? There's only so much we can do. So next in line is the black box. Now, fortunately for this mix, the black box is not pushed too much because I had the 542s being the main saturator for this mix, but it still makes a difference. So I am going to bypass everything else that is in here on the 2-bus right now. And so I can insert in and out the HG2. So it's very subtle. I have the HG2 plugin, which I very much dislike. But what can I do? We'll try, right? I'm just gonna copy the settings for this. So these are the settings that are on the hardware. Let's see. I'm gonna actually put it after the ADDA, so we're fair. It's pretty lifeless. The mid-range is not the same. And this time on this mix, the HG2 is literally, I'm just tapping it a little bit, but it's not giving. So this, you will see when I bypass, when this is bypassed, the plugin is bypassed, the HG hardware is going, and the other way around. I'm not changing cameras for this, but vocal, snare, hats, guitars, cymbals. The sparkle that the hardware has, this plugin just does not. It's flat and it's just, oh my god, it's so frustrating. I'm gonna put the 2-bus here. What can I use? Because see, I would have tried the ozone exciter to do that, but I can't. Even more precise and put the 2-bus round trip here before the tape and the ozone exciter. I think the other saturator I can try is actually, want to be Sapphira, because if it was any other case I would not, but because I'm using the HG so lightly, maybe gonna be able to. Okay, this one is pinched compared to the hardware, but it might be a little closer. Let's go with a more, yeah, this collection of harmonics might be better. No, the low end just crunches so much. I can't use the edge. Holy hell. With the warm, the mid-range is almost there. We don't have that top end sparkle, but we can try to get it somewhere else. It's just the low end is not there. And it's still pinched. It's still pinched. Let me try... let's try this. That's close enough. That's close enough. We missed the top end that the hardware has, especially if you listen to the hi-hats, you will hear it. We're close enough to keep going. So after the HG2, we have the Fusion, just the HF compressor. And for this one, I can just use, I'm gonna just use the third band here and move the frequency again around 7K. Okay, this grabs a lot more, so let's actually go to 7K. I'm gonna be conservative 2.1. I'm just gonna not use the knee, and the attack is gonna be fast and fast release. I think that's enough. With this, it does grab differently though. I'm gonna, it's funny because it grabs, this one grabs more, but for some reason it sits better. Let me see some other spot. So it grabs the vocals a little bit, grabs the guitars a little bit. Yeah, the action is matched pretty much to the T. So this one reacts and grabs the same things. It doesn't have the same sound, but nothing will. So I think we're good here. All right, so this is bypass now. And after this, we have the PQ. I put this one at the very end of the mix because I felt like the 1.5K range was a little pinched. This is gonna be even hard to listen to the difference because it's literally half a dB, a 1.6K. I'm gonna use the Kirchhoff EQ. At least it's tweakable enough. 1.7K, 1.7K. My bell is a 1.5 and it's literally half a dB. We bypass this, we don't even listen to it because it's gonna be like borderline impossible to hear the difference, especially on YouTube. And then after this, I have the NG bus compressor. This is tricky because the compressor comes after this, so I need to do this. And I'm gonna try to use the SSL, native bus compressor. So on the NG, I have the THD, which is again, a problem to try to emulate. But the settings on the NG bus, that's gonna be another problem because I have a TACA 15, which I don't know if any other SSL type compressor has. Ratio 4, everything else is fine. The problem is the THD, which is not gonna be easy. If I use the SSL, it doesn't have the same attack as 10 or 20. So I'm gonna try to use the Softtooth bus processor. Let's see what choices do I have there, because we have a little bit of saturation there as well. I do have a TACA 15, so let's copy that. And then I have release at 0.1 and then 4 ratio. We have the knee, which I'm not gonna touch. On the compressor, we have a 1.75 makeup gain. So we're gonna do the same, and we're gonna not use anything for now. Just gonna try to get the compression. And we need the sidechain low cut, which on the NG is at 90. 90. Let me try to see the threshold that doesn't match. So we're just gonna have to take a look at it and then listen. Dude, it's not even close. It's not even close. First of all, it's too loud. The plugin is too loud. I need to move this here. Oh, it's so hard with the freaking routing. Better, better. Of course, the different routing was messing things up. Let's try. Okay, it doesn't glue the same. It doesn't glue the same, but I mean, I'm compressing so little that the action, it might be there. I might be needing a little more on this. Dang, it doesn't glue the same. It doesn't glue the same. This is so hard, man. I hope you guys like this video because this is hard. It's making me sweat. So let me try just the SSL. I'm gonna take 20 before taking 10. Oh my God. And this is gonna be a 90 again. Let's try, let's try. Let's oversample too. So NG. Okay, I feel this one, it's closer to the glue. Gain staging is all messed up because I'm not even touching threshold and I'm already compressing with this one, but the glue, it's better. I am also at 2 instead of 4. Let's try. Okay, now it makes sense because a 2, the knee is smoother, so it grabs more. So let's match the compression. Close enough. Now, what we miss is the THD, which I don't even know where to start to emulate that. It's gonna be another saturator, and what the heck am I gonna use for that? That is like a mid-range, high mid-range saturator. This one is so hard. Do I have sugar? Sugar. Let's try with that. I have hope. I have hope. No, we don't update now. I have hope. So it's probably gonna be around here. All right, let me see, because I'm not that familiar with this. Okay, so the closest would be to keep shine here and yang here. I don't want these help. I'm not gonna use linear phase mode for now because we're not linear phase there. Too much. It's more subtle, but it's still not the same, but it's more subtle. Yeah, I think this is the closest that we can get, even though if you listen to the cymbals, I have to back this one off a little bit because that fizziness at the top that the plugins have, it's just not the same. But hey, it's as close as it gets. This is just the 2 bus. We're probably gonna split this video because it's hella long. So after the NG bus, Maggie Q. That's gonna be fun. I have the Maggie Q, so we're gonna try with the Maggie Q. You know, look how many plugins I'm piling up to try to do this. Okay, Maggie Q is a 2 and 15. So great. We don't have 15 here because mine is oh my god, this is awful. This is awful. Maybe the Q2 has a 15. It has a 15. We got a 15. We got a 15 here. Cool. So these are the settings that I have on the hardware. So hardware in. Running away like a speeding locomotive. You do what the things you said, the things that you never do. Obviously now it's all out in the open. You knew it would come to this, but sometimes I wish you knew. I wish you knew. I wish you knew. Oh, it's a lot harsher. It's a lot harsher, and I'm not using the mag for, you know, it's very subtle. But like, okay, so let me do this. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna put the mag at 5 and this at 5, because of course you guys are listening through YouTube, I'm listening to my monitoring system. The difference is massive here. So just so you hear the difference, and maybe I'll just exaggerate and do 6 so we can hear the difference. So this is the hardware. Even at the wrong setting, even exaggerating the mag hardware, I can do 4, right? Which should be still cool on the hardware. Is still sound good and okay, and the plugin just doesn't. Okay, hardware at 4 now. Dude, the hardware is so much smoother. You know, it's part of the sound. I feel to be closer, I either have to lower 1 click here or bump the frequency. Fortunately, I'm not pushing the mag too much. Like if I was a 4, I would use another plugin for this. I know it's not gonna be sounding the same, so fuck it. Let me hear with a click less. Yeah, I think we are closer to the hardware if I do 20 instead of 15. It's still not, but it's better. It's better if I keep it at 20 instead of a 15. Although the comments are gonna say, oh, it's not the same settings. Like, dude, it sounds different. It sounds closer at 20 than a 15. So it's pointless for me to pick the same setting. Let's do this. Let's go at 5, right? Let's go 5. Because I really want to be honest and you know, straightforward. So right now the hardware is like this. 5, airband at 15, okay? And I'm just gonna switch the plugin from 15 to 20 to see if it's closer to the hardware. So hardware first. Running away. I think everybody with a brain, with a functioning neuron in their head will agree that at 20 it's closer to the hardware. It's also there's a volume boost which the hardware doesn't have, so I'm gonna do a 0.5 dB attenuation here. And this is gonna be our Maggie Q. And then I have the bottom boost with the Symphony Q, which is 1 dB 80 in shelf and filters at 22. I guess it's gonna be another Kirchhoff because it's tweakable enough. I won't have the color for it. So this is gonna be a shelf. I'm gonna use just a straight shelf, and then I'm gonna add a filter here. High pass at 22. Let's leave it at 12. Let's see how it sounds. And probably with plugins this is gonna be too much, but okay, hardware. Running away. Okay, it's a little bit bigger, the low end with the synth. It's just 1 dB, so it's not gonna be much. And no, I can't do this, and that's gonna be the difference. So we miss, of course, the 1073 transformer that is in the Symphony Q, but I literally have no more space. I can't add a 1073 output transformer to it. This is gonna be our 2-bus. No, actually, it's not. I need to make space. I need to make space because we have to add spacecraft on the moon, and I'm gonna do it with the imager actually. So what I'm using here is just a 2 clicks full band widening. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's bypass this and listen to this. Running away. I knew it. So here's the thing. Differently from the stereo image on the Fusion, the spacecraft on the moon, and mind you, I'm not using the space function at all, not zoom, not depth, not feedback, nothing. I'm just using the width, the vary width. The vary width is not a linear width. It adds a little bit of excitement in the mid-range. I should do something like this, basically. Because if that one, it feels like the widening is more pronounced in the mid-range and top end, even though it's not. But again, it's who knows how Matthew Lane built that thing. So I just have to go by ear and just try to catch it. So if you look at my hand, you will hear that it doesn't just widen it, it makes it like a little more energetic in the mid-range and top end. Running away. Again, not the same, but close enough. This is crazy, and this is our 2-bus. This is like what, 11,000 plugins. So yeah, we have all the other outboards. So I think I'm going to stop this video here because it's already an hour long, and I will at this point continue in part 3 And we'll see the various 1176 distressors and all the other machines that are in this mix. If you like this video, please consider the super thanks, support the channel, grab some merch. This shit takes a long time to do. I'm doing it all for you guys. Comment down below, let me see what you think. Let me know if you want something different or whatever, suggestions, okay? Go check out the new website, mixbusttv.com. All the mixing courses are now there. There's like 17 mixing courses, a lot of new stuff. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe and see you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so